Good morning. My name is Malli and I am from the company called Happy Agility. So we have built a product called Remark, and this product will help the business to understand the customers better and do a lot of analytics around the customer feedback data and generate the insights for making the business decisions in a better way with supported by the data. So the simple thing is that we just need to log in here. So we have a login screen, and once you log in, we will be able to create some set of questionnaire. So here is what the moment you log in, you will see a dashboard onto your account, and once we have this, you need to click the button called feedback, and we will be creating some set of integration modules. So we have various ways of collecting the feedback, and the most popular is the customer satisfaction score, which we call this as the CSAT. So coming back to this, we just need to select start and then give the name of a particular feedback for which department or what's the name, something like that we need to create the name of the feedback. And it is a multi-language. That means you can use any regional Indian languages or any other abroad languages also. So in this case, I'm choosing Hindi. That means by default English you will have. And the next step is you will create another language as an alternative, which is Hindi. So once you get into the create button, it will show you the set of by default questionnaire. Now we can set up our own set of questionnaires by just editing this. So it's just a text box. So we can just edit, um, and the moment we edit, it will be saved automatically. We just need to edit, and then maybe once you go to other question, or in this case, we can also add multiple questions, say radio button. So something like location details. So we just need to say multiple options. So in this way, we will set up multiple questions by just adding, and we can also have an introduction about what is this. So um, we from so something like that. We are from a so and so e-commerce company and happy to hear your voice of customers. So in this way, we will set up a lot of things, and we can keep creating, and we can have the brand. So we can also upload the logo for the particular brand. So whatever is applicable, we can just upload a logo for the brand. So like this, we will be able to set up the brand with the name, with the logo, and we can also do the introduction and then keep selecting a lot of questions, what is required to ask to the customer. And and then once everything is done, we can just go to the settings, and then if needed, we can verify via password or whatever various security settings we have it in place. Other than that, we can also look into the other thing of setting the look and feel. We just need to select what kind of look and feel should be there. So all these things can be customized by adding our own logos or our own images or whatever is relevant to the business. So in this way, we will be able to first is creating the set of questionnaire which is relevant for the business to be asked. That's the first step we will be doing. So the next video we will get into on the next step of sequence. Thank you. In the previous step, we have understood how to create the set of questionnaire, what is relevant for the business, and what should we ask to the customer to understand their behavior or to understand their voice towards the business. So like this, we have designed some of the questions in the part one of the video of creating the questionnaire. So the second set of the video is about how do we collect the data. So once we have created the questionnaire, now there are multiple ways of collecting the data. One is, the first one is, we have this kind of a unique URL. This URL can be copied and pasted over multiple browsers or something like that. It can be pasted over the browser, and this will, the moment we paste the code on the browser, we will be able to see set of questionnaire that was built in the background of the survey creation or a question creation. So this is how we will get to see the questionnaire. So once we have this kind of a questionnaire, here is a simple example, and we'll get into the answering those questions. And we can set up, is this a question mandatory, not mandatory? So all those things are there in our settings while creation. So while we are, this is more of collecting the answers. The next step is sharing the URL and collecting the answers from the customers. So that's the second step of the process. Now we are just seeing how the customer provides the answers, and we can just say next button, and then understand the some. This is more of a qualitative data. So one is quantitative data. The previous question was quantitative, and the current question was qualitative data. It means it's more of a open-ended open-ended kind of a feedback, something like that. So can we create this kind of a qualitative questions in terms of video, voice, or and also the image? Yes, we can do that also. In this set, we have just created a questionnaire which is a text, but we have an option to create a video response capture, or a audio response capture. So multiple ways we do have those options also. So can I go back? Yes, you can just click this button and go back to the previous question and make the answers changes and all those things. So you have all those multiple options available in the system. And the moment you submit, you will see the screen something like, say, you'll say thank you, because the answer or the response that was given is already saved in the system. And in some of the businesses, they can choose to provide a coupon code as a thanks for the customer, because the customer has given his valuable feedback. So if the business has chosen to provide some coupon code, this is how we can display the coupon code in front of the business, in front of the customer, once the feedback is provided by the customer. This is how we will be able to collect the data. So what are the ways to collect the data? There are, the one of the first thing is sharing this unique URL. This URL can be shared across multiple social media platforms, be it as a LinkedIn, be it as a Twitter, so, or a WhatsApp. So you can do all kind of sharing of this link. That's the first step. The second step is, you can also send a email to the customer saying that here is the link, please provide your data. So that is the second way, is sending the email to the customer. That's the second thing. And another way is to send the bulk group mail. So we have options to send group emails. That means you don't need to send individual customer. In your system, you will have bulk database, you can send to all of them in a single group of the email, something like that. So that's the second option. And the alternative way is to have the QR code. So this QR code, what you are seeing on the screen, can be provided to customer in either in the delivery parcel or something like that. And this QR code is very common, that any customers can scan using the Google Lens in their smartphone. So in this way, the moment they scan this QR code, everything will be redirected to the same link. So in that way, the moment the link is redirected, they will be able to see the set of questionnaire and start answering those questionnaire. The moment they answer the questions, the data will go on a real-time basis and start saving on the dashboard. See you in the next video. In the previous video, we have seen how do we collect the data by sharing the link or a QR code or over the email and so on. So that's what we have seen in the previous video. And once the data is shared from the customer and from this answering page, the data gets automatically on a real-time basis onto the system. And here is the sample. So here is the sample of data, how it looks. So if you look at this, it will tell you what was your average score of the overall feedbacks. That's the first thing, and you can also know how many people has been giving positive. So in this example, there are 55 people who are positive, and and the other set of people saying 10 people are the negative and 22 people are more of detector. So I think the majority is around 32 percentage is at a negative level and 55 is very much positive. So how will I know that? Based on this color codes, you can see the data here also. So whatever is blue can be of a low score, and whatever is green can be of a great score, something like that. So this is how you will, based on the color code, you will know what was the feedback that was provided from the customer, and we will also know what was the average response score for the entire thing. So this is how, that's the next thing we will also know. And other than that, how many are collected, how many customers has been giving the feedback. In this example, you have 87 customers giving the feedback, and so on, and what are the comments of the feedback. So these are set of the comments with the different color codes saying that what is that there. So this is how you get to see the data onto the dashboard. And from here onwards, you will also get to see multiple things from the data. So the moment the data is available in terms of qualitative, so in terms of qualitative data, you will be able to understand this data by using various AI techniques. So one of the popular one is understanding the sentiment of the qualitative data and trying to break down that into multiple keywords and trying to understand the trend of the data. So what was the positive trend and how many responses are calculated. So this is how you will get to know what is happening on every daily basis. And we can also distribute the data into multiple baskets of the feedback, something like that. So something called a positive trigrams, and something can be a negative part, and the mixed trigrams and neutral. So this is how we can segregate the data onto multiple buckets and try to analyze what was happening at each stage of the data. So that's the next step of what we can do from the data. So the entire dashboard will tell you the health of what is happening in the business, and from here you will get to know the data being. So other than that, the moment we go into the next tab, we can also filter the data by certain dates. We don't need to see the entire data. Now you can give the start date, end date, and try to filter the data and then take the insights from there onwards. So other than that, we will also see what is happening in terms of each individual level of question. So we can see at a individual question what was happening, how many people are responding to that particular question, in what range. So in this example, there are 42 people responding saying that 9 is a score for this particular questionnaire. So this is how you will get to see what is happening in the data, and here is what the sentiment of the data. So overall the data looks 68% looks a positive sentiment, and remaining is something like negative and neutral. So this is how you will get to see the mix of data, what is happening in the system. Similarly, we will also get to see what is happening and the collection of data, to which scenario the data is collected. So majority of the response is coming over the web link, and very limited it is coming over the social channels. So we talk about data being collected from the social channels, right? So like LinkedIn, Facebook, and also. And the third thing is how many people are collecting over the QR code scan. So this is how we will get to see what is happening in the data, and we'll also see what was the average time spent by the each customer to complete the giving the response to the data. See you in the next video, and thank you.